welcome to the latest in my Hyperlocal Bible's election diaries. And today is Saturday, May the 13th, which is my wedding anniversary as well. It's a Saturday morning, it's between 8 and 9 o'clock, and I've got a couple of candidates to interview. So I just wanted to do this little piece about that. I'm actually, sometimes you can combine work and inverted commas play, because I'm doing the Thurrock Park Run this morning, which is a jolly good event, and always encourage park runs for all sorts of reasons. So I'm going to do the park run, and then we're going to run around the borough and see who we can interview as part of the general election in Thurrock in 2017. So let's see. Here we are on Grays, Orsett Road in Grays, and we are part of our campaigning. The office behind us is the office of Tim Aker, who's a UKIP candidate for Thurrock. I thought I saw that there might be a 10 o'clock photo call that they were having internally, etc. There wasn't any press invitations, but apparently not. But we may see them around the town, and maybe not. I haven't really written a piece yet about UKIP, but they seem to get their heads down here in Thurrock. They're, not necessarily ignoring what's happened last week in the county council elections. With the drop, with the massive loss of councillors. I think here in Thurrock they're probably running their own race and thinking about June the 8th, what we do in June the 8th. They're not. Not thinking about what happened before, and maybe not thinking about May of 2018, because there wasn't any elections here in Thurrock. Just probably doing their own thing, which is pretty wise. And for our purposes, we get press releases, to send us reactions to this, reactions to that. They're putting stuff on their social media every day with the candidate Tim Aker. 15,000 votes. 15,000 votes last time in 2015. What's that going to go down to? If you want me to date, I'll have a punt. Probably, I reckon, about 9,000 in here in Thurrock, which then makes you think what's going to happen to all those votes, where they're going to go. Betting would say they'll go to Conservative, but you're not sure in this borough of Thurrock. Easy cephalogical term is microclimate. We'll see, but that's our office, and I'm sure we might see them, or might not, see them around today. This is all part of this Hyperlocal Bible. Just conducted an interview with the Labour candidate for the general election here in Thurrock. That's John Kent, just behind us. And just a straightforward piece, a few minutes, just introduce them, say why you're the candidate, why you're motivated to stand, what are the issues, and take it from there. And as I said, our coverage is very much keeping the man running. And this is where they're going on for their day of action in areas, South Lockenden, Ballas, Avery, here in the west part of Thurrock. So you can keep that dialogue going. I think your coverage really, as I said, over a month period is just to keep the man running. You'll probably see our Harlow candidates, our Thurrock candidates. Again, our sort of philosophy is, you send it to us, we'll put them up, and so that's what we've been doing here, and it's worthwhile. The interviewer separately did, and we'll put that up as a bespoke interview, and we'll take it from there. But
and I want to do the best that I can, the most I can, to represent the community that frankly has been so good to me over so many years. And I've been really quite angry when I've seen the way that the Conservatives and the Jackie Price have really taken Thurrock for granted in the last 6 or 7 years. And really the thing that tipped me into wanting to stand was the crossing, the new crossing that's going to come through Thurrock. We know that that's going to cause real harm, destruction to the green belt. It's going to be an environmental and an ecological disaster. And Thurrock needs somebody in Parliament that's prepared to stand up for the area and stand up and say that we continue to oppose this crossing, and we're going to oppose it until the bitter end.
A final part probably of our pieces here in Thurrock today is we've just been interviewing the Lib Dem candidate here in Thurrock, Kevin McNamara. Now we've seen others with big teams, and Kevin has not such a big team. So I just wanted to know, Kevin, how do you get your message out there, and are you able to use social media at all?
Yeah, so you might have seen, Mark, I've been talking to voters on social media, getting the message out that way. I make good use of Twitter. I've been responding to people by email when I've got questions about my policy platform. I've been using Facebook to get my policy issues out there. I've been encouraging people to share things to generate a bigger reach. And in terms of actually getting the message out, hustings are a great opportunity. So I'm going to do a number of radio interviews over the next few weeks, and I'm going to be attending a hustings in June as well. And I'm hoping to meet local voters there and sell the Lib Dem message in this election.
And even since, well, you stood as in 2015, didn't you? Do you think things like use of social media, even in those 2 years, have moved on a bit?
Absolutely. I mean, 2015 is what they now call the social media election. It was won at the margins, and it was won because of the use of targeted social media. And especially in terms of the way the voters are changing. Even the 25 to 35 group are using social media increasingly. It's a fantastic way of reaching them. People now work more irregular hours. Knocking on someone's door and finding them at home is more challenging than it's ever been. But popping up on their Facebook feed or popping up on their Twitter feed is actually more accessible for them as well.
And things like hustings. Do you mind going to hustings and radio Q&As, etc., etc.? You don't mind having all those challenges. You actually get your message out as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a fantastic opportunity to get your message out and meet people who are still making their mind up. A lot of people I met at hustings. I mean, it's said that they're mostly party activists, but the majority of people I met at hustings were voters who hadn't made their mind up. They go to a local church. They're not people like me thinking about politics all year long, and they're just trying to find out which way should they vote in this election, who are the candidates, what are they like as people, because you're not being represented by party for the next 5 years, you're being represented by person.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Kevin. So back in the car, it's about 25 to 2, so when the first pieces I did must have been about 8:15. So back in the car and heading back to the office. So it's been a worthwhile little piece, as I said. Just as I said, you saw a little bit of the UKIP clip where we're just outside the office, etc. And a little reflection on them. Interview with the leader of the Labour candidate, should I say, and a little reflection there. And then interview with the Lib Dem candidate, etc. So it's just a little snapshot for Thurrock. There are more candidates. Yesterday, the Friday, I was interviewing candidates in Harlow. Did that. Haven't done any in my third constituency, which is South Basel and East Thurrock, but they'll come. I've got to remember as well, I might talk about pacing. There's still 3.5 weeks to go, so I don't want to do everything now. I don't want to bore my readers, etc. People want to be honest, I've been out since 8 o'clock. I put a few stories on this morning on the site, but now I've really got to get back. And so in many ways I won't be putting anything on the site at all till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And as I don't have football coverage, the season's over, I've got to crack on and keep the site ticking over. But this piece I might just give a little bit of insight, and I might do another bit, I'll see, but maybe you've got enough. But to those running hyperlocals and onlines, just give a flavour. I think today gave you a little bit of a flavour. It's snapshots, and that's what people want. Don't bore people to death. Realise that most people get on with their lives, and some maybe on Wednesday evening or Thursday morning when they go to the ballot, they might vote, and whether it's they'll go strong and stable, etc., or Bet the Devil You Know, or individual candidates, or whatever they decide, let life unfold. So this is my Hyperlocal Bible.